Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
It's the Wylde Goose Podcast! Oh, gee willikers, Goose, as we were rolling in here.
Yeah.
I just noticed there was a DJ on, and a masked DJ as well.
Wow.
Almost kind of like the, what's the other guy's name?
Dead Mouse?
Dead Mouse, Dead Rat, whatever.
I had one of them in my house yesterday. Yeah, the cat brought it in.
Good. Did Sammy bring that in?
Sammy brought, no, the kitty cat brought
the
that
cat
in.
brought it in.
Yeah,
Okay.
mutilated it and then just put it right on the table for us to eat. It was delicious.
Hey, put some peanut butter on that thing, it'll be delicious.
It spun its last record and then it came into the house.
Okay, good.
And that was it, and Dead Mouse.
Now we notice that, I guess, this guy's the masked marauder. I'm not sure. It's almost kind of like a wrestling thing.
Is it Mil Mascaras of
You have to
DJ
have
world?
a thing. You can't just be like a normal guy.
Spinning a record.
But then again, probably with the DJ thing, if you became a normal guy, that would be your gimmick. Almost kind of, no, I'm just saying.
Rebelling against the shit.
Where you have the big hair metal and everything like that, and then when you come out and you don't wear hairspray, it makes you different.
Right.
So you're doing the opposite. So, everyone's wearing masks now, and then we just come out as like normal guys. It's like, oh, wow, I've never seen this before.
Right,
you see what I'm saying? 'Cause we're different.
I just thought it might have been because they were hiding something from like work or something. You know what I mean? Like they're moonlighting.
Witness protection plan maybe as well.
Maybe that little mafia. Who knows? I don't know.
Now, let me you know what's so funny? I mean, because you know how like a lot of people make a stink about it. I mean, I'm saying musicians.
Being a real musician.
Yeah, whatever.
As they say.
But
right,
what I'm saying is like I never really get upset about this stuff just because entertainment is entertainment. Like put it this way, being with the kids, I'd always have to take them to go see Barney.
Yeah.
And everything like that. And like people go, oh man, this Barney thing, and they like take the piss out of it. And I go,
right.
No, the only thing you should be upset about Barney is the fact that you didn't create it.
Yeah, right.
And your bank account would appreciate you that much more. But I'm just saying, like, it's just so funny to me, like how I trust me, I get it. You know, like how these arguments come up.
Yeah.
I remember they were saying, like, I guess it was at Coachella or one of these festivals. It was like there was 120,000 people
Right.
to see the DJ that was spinning like AC/DC records.
Amazing.
Right? And when the real AC/DC played, there was only 80,000
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
to see them.
Well.
And I go, and like people go, this is absolutely not blowing, mind numbing.
Did they have a mask on though?
I don't know if they were influenced by Mil Mascaras, the legendary
the mask.
wrestler.
Back to the
we
mask
know, the
thing.
greatest. So I mean, but of the mask wrestlers,
Exactly.
Although I'm sure he was influenced by people that came before him.
Yeah.
Like we all are.
Yeah.
But the thing is this. I just, one of my friends was like actually losing his mind, just like, oh, this is ridiculous. He goes, the real thing only has 80,000 people, and then it's like guys spinning their records has 120,000 people. 40,000 people more are there to see it. And I would just like, I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna. I understand. Like, the frustration, like he was just like, this is a joke, man. And I just go, but at the same time, like, no one cares.
No. Nobody gives a shit.
No, they don't.
Well, how sexy was this DJ, though?
I didn't see the dancing. I didn't see the moves. But you have to have moves. But I mean, it is, like you said, it's just another form of entertainment.
Totally. And art, because they're actually good at what they do. I mean, obviously, to get to where they're at, they had to be better than the other DJs.
Yeah, I mean, like we were talking about, like when we listen to when we listen to yacht rock, or like when we're in the sub and we're listening to music at the end of the night, whether we're listening to Mahavishnu Orchestra and we're just going, this is out of control, or we're listening to Player saying, baby, come back.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were talking about how amazing the musicianship is and how all these guys are silly good, ridiculous.
Yeah. Baby Got Back, that was a good one.
Without a doubt. Baby Got Back.
I don't remember them doing it. Maybe I do. I don't know. Baby Got Back, right? It's awesome.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nah,
I
it's
guess,
a good one.
But what the whole thing is, it's just like, it really is funny when people are just losing their minds, man.
The musician, the musos.
Yeah, I mean, like, even like the Milli Vanilli thing.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? I'm just saying, like, really, at the end of the day, I mean, like, yeah, you go see the Eagles, and, like, you know, like, they're killing it, and you know everything up there is real.
live, right. They're all singing.
If the background vocals go a little flat or sharp here and there, it's live, and it is what it is. And, or, you know, like, if Ozzy's having a rough night, you know, and it's live. I get it. You know, people could go, or my guitar goes out of tune, or whatever. You know,
it's actually real.
It's real. It's live. Or, you know, if Oz couldn't hit certain notes or whatever, but the show's slamming, but like a couple notes, Oz is like, you know, whatever, there's a clam here. Or like when we're doing a Black Label gig, if I'm at, you know, if I got a bit of a cold or whatever.
What do you mean, Clam Fest?
Oh, yeah, a Clam Fest. You know,
Black Label show?
Yeah, we love seafood. You know what I mean? So, you know,
oysters, you love it all. Clam bake.
Yeah, it's a Clam Fest. But I mean, you know, which is every night when I pick up a guitar. But I mean, but the thing is this. It's just like, I get it. That's a live show. And it's a rock show.
Right.
So I get it. But I mean, but the whole thing is, like when Milli Vanilli was doing her thing, and it's like people would leave that show, and if you interviewed them after the show, you go, "Excuse me, sir, ma'am, I noticed you here at the show, the Milli Vanilli guy. Did you guys have a good time?" And it'd be like, "Oh my God, it was amazing. The dancing was out of control. It was amazing. They sang so good. It was all," and I'm going,
they don't know.
That's all that matters. Did you have a good time?
Exactly.
Yeah, we had a great time, and now we're going out for drinks with our friends, and we're gonna have a blast. It's it's like. You know, I mean, because I got some of my friends that would just like be punching holes through walls, and I'm like going, but like, it doesn't matter. No, I go, they're there to see
it's entertainment.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like wrestling, you know?
Yeah, if anyone's going to lose their mind over wrestling, it is what it is.
When Hulkster lost, I was so upset.
Oh, it was a brutal moment in Little Giro's house because me being a warrior.
Yeah,
and that was the day he crushed Hulkamania.
Yeah, it was. We were upset.
Oh, it was a beautiful moment. But I mean, all the warriors rejoiced. And Hulkamania. Yeah. It was a tearful day.
It really was
at Giro's residence.
Yeah, and the DeServio got.
Yeah, Little Giro was probably maybe 6 years old. Yeah, it just crushed. Right. His Uncle Zakk's just rubbing it in.
And we're like 29.
52.
I guess so.
Yeah, but hell, win's a win.
That's right.
Suck it up.
But you're entertained, man. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Totally. But like anybody losing their mind over wrestling. No, but it's the same thing.
Right, I hear you.
It's just like, what are you worried about?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, how everybody's losing their mind right now over Jake with all these fights with Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is a joke. What? I go, yeah, but it's entertaining.
It's totally entertaining. How much money are they making and bringing in? How many people are interested?
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
I think it's great.
I hear you.
Father Castillo, Joey Castillo, because Joe's we're all fight fans. You're talking about like whether it's Roberto Duran and Leonard and Hagler, and,
Razor Ruddock, and Tyson,
Hearns, and like all the Roberto Duran and everything like that. So like we're talking about, you're talking about boxing and stuff like that. Him. I always just joke with Joey. He's the Burt Sugarman of Zach Sabbath. You know what I mean? It's like boxing historian, right? We're talking about Jack Dempsey and all the guys. So, but he this has got him thoroughly disgusted. And I love Jake Paul. I just think it's the greatest thing ever, just because it's just so annoying and everyone,
so pissed.
Just driving everybody insane. So I just think, I just keep rubbing it in.
Right. Beat him
because it's hilarious,
right? Has he lost yet?
No.
Well, there you go.
And I think the one was a draw. It came out a draw, the last fight he had, and then now when they fought the second time, then he knocked him out. But the guys he's fighting aren't chumps. I mean, these guys are like they're MMA guys,
right?
Mind you, they're not professional boxers, but Jake doesn't claim to be a pro boxer either. He's just no, I enjoy boxing and everything like that, but I'm fighting guys that actually do have skills.
Yeah,
but it's driving people insane.
Like the
purists.
comments, I know.
The boxing purists.
It's the same thing. Like when I was at Berkeley, the jazzers, the purists, they hated the rock thing. It's just everybody's got to hate on something, man. You know what I mean? They're like, I don't know.
I just think it's pretty hilarious.
It's hysterical.
Daniel
you said,
Cormier said he would not train
God bless you. You know, if that's, then don't go.
Yeah.
Change the channel, man.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I hear you. You don't have to fucking watch it. You can just put on whatever you want.
Yeah, then
Put on
don't.
Barney.
Yeah, put on Barney. Yeah, exactly. That's what I do.
I love Barney.
But yeah, I think it's pretty hilarious. But I mean, it's just yeah, for the real musician guys, but I get it. You know, you're like, how's this guy? You know,
Right? How's he feeling?
This guy owns several
Stadiums.
houses.
I know.
This guy owns cars, and I can't even pay my light bills. You know what I mean?
I hear
I know
you.
how to play, but I mean,
They found a niche, man, and how many?
well, it's just like the pep rock.
Millions of
You know,
kids.
just like how'd this guy find? Or, you know, it's just like or just like we went to culinary school, and one of our buddies is just still struggling at the restaurant. He's like, man, I smoked JD and Zakk at culinary school. They were just hacks when we were there at school.
Yeah,
I go,
yeah.
yeah, but we came up with Hooters.
Exactly.
You have to have something
Different.
or just have something that
Good.
people want.
Totally. Like that everybody would totally go to. Like Hooters.
Well, I'm just saying, like any of my, any of our jazzers or any of our buddies that are just pure shredaholics, it's just like they'll look at CC DeVille or Poison. I go, but they have something
They have something that people want.
people enjoy,
That's right. It's like McDonald's. Whatever.
without a doubt.
Why are there so many of them?
No, and we're sitting here, we have a high-end steakhouse, and we're
Yeah.
like, look at these guys.
I know.
And it's like, well, you should have came up with the cheeseburger joint.
Yeah, right? Totally.
Or just, have the steakhouse on the side. But
Yeah.
make sure you come up with the,
Something that more people want to go to.
that that'll clog your veins.
Hey, artery clogging delight.
Colon clogged delight. So let's just call it that. Yeah.
Colon clogged delight. Is that the catchphrase or is that the name?
Yes, that's a special.
Is that a special? That's a good one.
It clogs the anus and brings up the
Yeah.
and the arteries as well.
It's kind of like Imodium. It just stops everything, right? That's fucking awesome.
And then we have the shake, the liquid Drano shake.
Barium enema shit or
Yes.
whatever.
So it
Good.
saves you at the same time. So you should probably order both. You see what I'm saying?
Be safe.
If you're going to get the colon clog,
Yeah.
make sure you order our shake.
Yeah.
The Roto Rooter.
Exactly. Even it all out.
I'll drink to that.
Heavily. So so back to the DJs.
The meal mascaras of DJ. But no, it is a. But
Hey,
like
man.
you said, people enjoy it. So what's the problem with it?
No, I don't care. I mean, really, they're doing what they love, and millions of kids love that shit. I mean, I think it's a lot to do with the drugs and shit they're on. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, the best was with Oz. I remember when I first joined the band, when we were over in working on the No Rest for the Wicked. Me and Phil and Randy went down to a club because we were in Brighton. So I think we might have went down to a bar down there, or we drove into London. But I remember we went to some club, and it was the first time I realized what was going on. We were at some like rave club or dance club type
Right.
thing, and I was just like, guys, you want a Heineken or a Beck's or Jack and Coke or whatever,
yeah.
vodka and cranberry, whatever. So all I remember is I went up to go get us drinks, and everybody in the place was drinking water.
yeah.
And I had no idea. I was like, water?
Yeah.
Who drinks water at a bar
Drug
or a
addicts.
club? like, what are we doing
Yeah,
here? The whole
lots
point
of
is get
drugs.
hammered. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they were just like, and they were like, no, jackass, you have no idea what's
No.
going on. They're already about 600 drinks ahead of you.
Without a doubt.
And so that's what I realized with the whole ecstasy thing and everything.
Yeah.
No, but that's why I guess the rule is don't be drinking booze if you're
you're doing that
taking
kind of
ecstasy or whatever it is. But
That's how I got my girlfriend, by the way.
that's how I got Barb. She's still chained up in the basement.
Oh, my
and heavily
God.
sedated. She doesn't even know we have kids yet.
To be with you, she definitely has to be sedated.
She
Poor
has
girl.
no idea, doesn't
Poor
know what
Barb.
Black Label is, doesn't know we have 4
cares?
children.
Oh, she cares about the kids. You and Black Label, not so much.
No, not so much. It is so funny. Sometimes I just I go, if you didn't know me, I'm just trying to picture like us being at a club.
Right.
And I just come over to like buy you a drink because I think you're hot.
Yeah.
I got a feeling this ain't panning out.
I think she'd give you her keys to park your car.
I think she would. No, is this the keys to your room? No, it's the keys to my car. You can't park it, pal.
That's about
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That would be that one.
I really think so. Mm-hmm. Without a doubt. She can say whatever she wants, but I without a doubt.
Well, now, yeah.
Well, have her come to a Black Label show. She would go, now.
Get me out of here.
First off, she wouldn't be impressed. That would just be right there. Like, definitely don't want to get involved.
Well, this is the main attraction here, so of course
She goes, I don't want in this ride. I don't want this product. I'll pass.
I'll pass. I'll
pass.
It. Respectfully pass.
Put that back on the shelf.
Exactly.
I'm still shopping. But, yeah, I think. Well, I don't know. I think there's more choices, but then again, like I was just thinking about the DJ thing we were watching it when we came in here. Like, I mean, this has been going on, the DJ thing with Studio 54
forever,
back in the 70s, and like we talked about that before. Yeah. Everything kind of has that 4-year, that high school shelf
right,
life.
Exactly.
I'm saying whether it's Van Halen, like lightning in a bottle. Mm-hmm. Whereas, and then it had that 4-year shelf life, and then everything just starts changing. Fashion, the world, the 50s. You had, like the movie American Graffiti.
Yeah.
You had the hot rods and everything like that. You had doo-wop. Yeah. Then Chuck Berry and Elvis.
And it all evolves into something else.
And then it kind of,
a few years later.
By the end of the 50s, we're moving at 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 60. Everything started like, wow, you still listen to that stuff? Or like, you still wear that stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's funny
because within 5 years,
without a doubt. I mean, like I look at, like, when you look at the hair metal, because we were so entangled in that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying, like, it started from the 70s, late 70s, you had the glam stuff and everything where the layered hair started coming in, then the hairspray. But I mean, at least even though Keith Richards had a shag, and then, St. Rhodes had the shag, and then, but when you look at Van Halen coming in, they spawned that whole thing. But I mean, but they still look timeless. Like when you look at early pictures of Van Halen, and then you look at pictures of St. Rhodes, he still looks timeless. Yeah. It doesn't look like a time piece.
No, because they didn't have the massive big hair and all this other bullshit.
It still looks timeless. Whereas like
people will put to a time, like you're saying, you know what I mean?
Yes. But as soon as the early '80s came rolling in, and then forget about it. By the time '85, and then even when I first started rolling with the Boss, the hair was completely poofy and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas it really is a timepiece.
Without a doubt.
Then after Guns N' Roses stopped, after Sweet Child of Mine is when it kind of, there was no more poofy hair.
Because the beginning he was, totally
Yeah, in the beginning it was still the big hair.
I mean, everybody. Pantera.
Yeah.
In
the beginning, but and then after that, then they
just went down.
Yeah, then they found where the direction was and what we're going to be, and then it was like, all right, well, we don't need that anymore.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, it just morphs into other things. But like you're talking about, like that DJ thing, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like you look at these rave clubs. I was just like watching that video. I go, this is no different than Studio 54.
Really?
What's the difference? The music's cranking, the lights are going, everybody's
except for now, they're taking
partying.
Studio 54 all over the country and the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think, and the same thing with Studio 54. If it would have kept going, and it's still there, it would be what's going on now, and then they would have Friday nights would be 1979 night. You know what I mean? Or it's 1978 retro night, and everybody comes down there dressed like the 70s, crank everything that was going on in 1978,
right?
And everybody's having a good time. But you have like theme nights. But I mean, but they would just go with you just change with the times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because everything it moves fast, man. It's crazy. Like that, you said that 4-year period. It goes by like that, and then you're on to the next thing, just like that.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty much 4 years is like a high school span.
Yeah, it's like a good run. for a big successful thing, 4 years. I mean, that's
Yeah,
pretty
I mean,
good.
like another for that, you look for like when Cream came in and the whole, you know how you had rap rock and everything when that became really popular. We had the riff and then you have a guy rapping and then it's a chorus.
Yeah.
So that was like kind of the formula for a little while, but like everybody started doing it.
Yeah.
Just like how in the late 60s after Cream came out, everybody's like, it's high energy, aggressive blues riffs.
Exactly.
And like everybody started doing it. You know, I'm just saying, Cream, then you have Mountain, then you have Zeppelin, then you have Purple, Sabbath, and you know, and then it just keeps going. You have Cactus and everything. I mean, it's just like nothing but riffs.
Yep.
No chords.
No.
All riffs.
And heavier guitar sounds.
Yeah.
You know, than the 60s, you know, than it was.
Totally.
You know, Jimmy, I guess, was... Well, who was the first, really? Was it, like you said?
Cream.
Yeah.
Flat out. Sunshine of Your Love, I have to say, is the first heavy metal riff of all time. Cream started it all.
Yeah. Like we said, your Sabbath songs...
No, and not only that, Cream had all the improv, too.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just saying, because improv was big back then.
Of course.
But if you really look at it, I mean, that was the big thing from the late 60s, early 70s was just improv.
Yeah.
Stretching out jams and then the Allman Brothers and everything like that.
Yeah, I mean, even when we were kids, you know, growing up in the 70s, I used to look at the record, and if it was an 8-minute song, that was the one I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially back then, we wanted the live records because it was just more jams. You know what I mean? Nowadays, I'm the opposite. I want to just hear the studio records.
As much as I love listening to, like, Since I've Been Loving You, you know, what's that one? I mean, Jimmy Page is killing it on the live records. Like, I'm just trying to picture, you know, I'm saying even in the 90s, Soundgarden trying to do a blues jam. I just forget about it.
Yeah, no,
No, I'm saying, and no matter how good it was, and Kim is killing it or whatever, it just like...
It doesn't fit in. It's a square peg in a round hole.
People's attention spans are gone.
No, definitely.
I'm saying in order for them to be still... I mean, at Madison Square Garden, 6 nights playing blues, you know, like a 12-minute jam.
I know. Drum solo. 10, 15-minute drum solo.
Half-hour drum solo.
Whatever, exactly.
It was his father's Lowe's, Niels Lowe's out. He tells me, he said he was shooting Zeppelin at the Forum or something like that. And he said, came back they were all back and he was doing Bonzo's, you know, 2 hour and 28-minute drum solo. And the concert was 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2:28 was Bonzo
He's
crushing.
still playing it.
Still going.
People are leaving.
Fortitude on this man.
People are leaving.
Nobody said he goes back into the green room in the catering or whatever. Everybody's back there.
The band, everybody.
Everybody's back there drinking,
partying,
eating chips, hanging out, just hang. And Robert peeked his head in and he was like, "What's the matter? No one likes the drums solo." But like you said, though, these half-hour drum solos, half-hour guitar solos, but that's what was in, and everybody did them.
That's what was in, totally.
Everybody did
and
them.
It was all new, you know, and especially that whole explosion. It was so exciting.
No, but then, like you said, then you look at Mahavishnu, then you look at, that's 1969-70, and then you have that, then you have Yes, then you have Gentle Giant, then you have, like, I'm saying the whole prog movement, ELP, everything. Well, I'm talking where you got to have chops at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, these are cats that
because they were listening to jazz and bebop and fusion, you know.
Yeah, without a doubt. But I mean, but like you said, that explosion of fusion lasted, and then you had Return to Forever.
Yeah,
you had the Dixie Dregs, you had everything, and then, you know, Pontiff Al was making his solo records. So it lasted pretty much. I mean, he was doing Race with Devil in '77,
right?
70, and then King Edward is coming out at the same time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, and actually, Pat Martino has an album called Joyous Lake. It's insane shredding.
He was
jazz,
unbelievable.
But I mean, like, of chops, silly chops.
Yeah.
So you had between those 3 records of insane musicianship of like such a silly level.
Forget it.
But what I'm saying is, so like, and that just led into the 80s when you really think about it. Like, everybody had to up their game, and then forget about it. I mean, after, you know, then you have St. Rose, and then after Yngwie. exploded.
Yeah.
And when that meteor hit the
And
planet.
everybody even stepped up the game more.
That's when
crazy.
Clancy, Derek Sherinian,
Well,
the Burbank chapter.
guys, now you have people like Tosin Abazi, who's like, fuck.
Without a doubt. Well, Tosin's later on. But what I'm just saying is like, we were saying when Yngwie hit,
It was a
like
meteor.
Derek said they opened up wards at Berkeley because you were there with them. Mm-hmm. They had wards opened up with all the Bach stuff, and then after that Paganini stuff and everything like that.
He influenced
Just because
everybody.
of him.
Totally. He was a massive influence on the world, and people hate him, love him, whatever. We love him. And he inspired a whole generation.
Oh, it's
and a
undeniable.
whole genre. I mean, Richie Blackmore and Uli was doing it. They were doing it. And Randy, the classical, the kind of thing. But then when Yngwie came out, it was kind of
that's a whole nother level, though. I mean, that's all in.
When I heard Steeler for the first time, it was like, I thought it was Al Di Meola because it started with the acoustic, and then he busted into the electric, and it was like Eddie, like even faster and crazier and insane. Like
and Gus G clean.
Gus G clean. That's what we in the studio when Zakk, he's getting a little sloppy in there. I said, "Come on, buddy, it ain't
Step
Zakk."
it up. No, pick it up a notch. Gus G clean. That's when you know you've got the tape.
That's right. But he made his mark, man, for sure. And even other bands then, like I mean, Priest, Tipton, he kind of, he upped his game, I think.
Of all of them.
Yeah. After Yngwie came out.
And Tony.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Tony was before that, but I mean, I'm saying Tony's playing on Heaven and Hell and Mob Rules.
Yeah.
Everything
Definitely. It evolved more.
Yeah.
It got more chops.
Well, it's because Ed came out, I think, too.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the game was changing.
Yes.
It was really getting technically insane. But I mean, like you said, it already was. I mean, but in rock, not so much. The fusion thing for sure with McLaughlin and Al and all,
Yes.
and everybody,
Yeah, Race with Devil was already, that's 77.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Totally.
So,
And then when Eddie came out, it was, that was the meteor. And then, Yngwie was the later meteor. But when Eddie came out, man.
But like you said, the 80s was, we owned a guitar magazine in the 80s.
Oh, you would love
we don't have to worry about who we're going to put on the cover this month.
Exactly. There was 20 people.
There was a ton of amazing players then. Between Vivian Campbell, Warren DeMartini.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm saying you had
George Lynch, everybody.
George Lynch, a ton of massive,
Randy,
amazing
Eddie,
guys.
I mean, yeah. Everybody was just slamming,
No, totally.
And it was definitely a special time, and it's obviously everything, like we said, moves on and changes and evolves,
But I think, just like with anything, it's just like that it runs its course and then we're on to the next thing.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's just like you said, it's like that high school lifespan.
Yeah.
And like you said, if it goes past 4 years, then that's like really a good run.
Yeah, if you could have really a good success in that time, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like even professional wrestling. When you really think about it, like we'd have to say number one of all time would have to be the Hulkster.
Oh, without a doubt.
Be in regard to his run before it wears out its welcome and people are just over.
I mean, he
already.
spanned decades.
Hulk Hogan still gets pops.
Yes,
he does. Yeah,
but I'm talking about when he first hit his incarnation of, when he finally found Hulk Hogan. I'm talking with the yellow shorts before Hollywood Hogan, before he had to evolve. No, where it's just like I got to come up with a new shtick because I can't keep hitting them with the same thing all the time because people are getting over it. But I'm saying take your vitamins and say your prayers.
Yeah.
Where my nephew, little Giro, Giro probably through his whole childhood into his teenage years, the Hulkster was there.
Right.
With the same shtick.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Before he changed. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is that is an amazing run. I mean, because I'm a Warrior guy. The Warrior hit, was like, it was 85, 86, 87, and then 88 is when it started finding its niche. And then it was 89, and then 90 was against Hogan.
Yeah, but that was the pinnacle.
And then it was 91, and then after that, it was kind of done.
Yeah. Well, and again, I mean, people loved Hulk's personality, you know, and that's a big thing. I mean, people love the Warrior too, but I don't know if they loved him as much as the Hulkster.
No, I mean,
You know?
I loved him just because of the energy and the whole thing, and just the Warriors and all the and the parts unknown and everything. I loved his character and everything like that. But I mean,
totally.
But the and his whole thing, face all your challenges and all, the ultimate challenge and everything like that, and just like he fears nothing. You know what I mean? So it's just destroy and conquer. So I mean, the whole thing is that I love that aspect of the whole thing. But like you said, the Hulk's run was
totally.
It was insane how long it lasted before he actually had to change the shtick.
Yeah,
and
remember then he was a bad guy for a minute.
Yeah, which was great. I mean, I'm saying for him to evolve the character.
Yeah, because he had to change.
Yeah, and he had to he got a good lifespan out of that.
It's like Fonzie still hanging out at Arnold's.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
No, but the same thing. We talked about that. Remember, it was just like everyone had grown up. You had Richie had a successful business.
And he's gone.
He's married, has kids. Ralph Malph, like everybody's moved on, his own successful businesses.
So Fonzie bought Arnold's.
But no, he didn't even buy Arnold's. He still lives at the Cunninghams.
But he bought Arnold's. Remember him and Al?
Did they buy it?
Yes, they were partners. Come on.
I was out by then, bro.
And anybody's still living in above the garage at the Cunninghams.
And was that after the shark?
The Fonzie.
After you jumped the shark.
Oh, that was that claim. There you go.
Just think about the impact of Jaws, because we're both Jaws guys.
I hear you.
Jaws was so massive. Think about the impact of Jaws. The fact that me and JD couldn't sit on a toilet bowl for. Actually, it came up just recently. I'm turning 55 today. It wasn't until my 52nd birthday that I was able to sit on a toilet again.
Exactly.
So that's how much this movie actually.
It was horrible
me.
going over his house. Let me tell you, man. There was shit everywhere.
Everywhere. But the whole thing is this. A movie so massive, it actually impacted Evel Knievel doing a jump.
I hear you.
And Happy Days involving jumping over sharks.
I know.
That's the impact.
He was amazing.
It would be great if it was on like Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
Everything like that. But then even Saturday Night Live, you had Land Shark.
Oh, totally. That was the best, man. He was
the Land Shark. Land Shark.
Candygram. Flowers.
I never ordered flowers. And he's still just making up whatever excuse.
Exactly.
But think about it. He infiltrated Saturday Night Live. But I'm saying that movie,
everything.
The power.
It really was amazing.
Without a doubt, man.
And the time, back then, it was just.
But like we were saying, though, like Happy Days, it ran its course.
And then they had to change.
Well, what are we supposed to do with the show now? I mean, the kind of the.
Right. The 50s are over.
Yes.
We have to get into the 60s now. So.
The whole cast is getting
Oh
older.
my God. By the end, I didn't even know anybody.
Yeah, like Joni started off as the teenage sister.
Yeah.
And now she's a grown woman. How are we supposed to...
Exactly.
How are we supposed
it's
to...
not like a cartoon where it can stay the same,
Yeah, like we can't act like she's still in high school.
Yeah, right. We have to make the strip now. And then she became the main character, basically.
Well, then they had Joni and Chach.
Yeah, Joni loves Chach.
But I'm saying, like you said, I mean, like, how long did actually Happy Days last? 5 years?
No, it was more than that. Definitely, man. Oh, without a doubt. Probably less than a decade.
But I'm saying before we have to start here.
Right, before, exactly. The meteor, like the massive effect of
11.
It was down for 11 years. But the first 5-6 years is really where it was massive. And
where no one's really changing was what I'm saying.
Exactly.
For 5-6 years, we almost the setting is still Arnold's.
Right.
And the living room at the Cunninghams and Fonzie's room above the Cunningham house.
Yeah.
So what I'm just saying is, like, after a while, it's like, it's 1972 now.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
right.
Like, what are we supposed to do? It's still, we're still going to live like
Fonzie's 50. He's still beating up bullies.
Gray hair.
In high school. Now he's getting arrested for beating up kids.
63 years old. Still hitting the jukebox.
Yeah, right. Fonz, you got to stop.
Fonzie's 63 years old.
He's doing 5 to 10 for beating up a 14-year-old. He was fucking with Spike.
but he's still dressed exactly the same.
Exactly.
The cuffs rolled up, the everything. Yeah, the jeans. Yeah, the
Spike's got 3 kids at this point.
Yes, brother. Yeah. Oh my God.
Man.
Well, we'll take a break and we'll be right back with some more useless content and a show of absolutely zero nutritional value.
Zero.
Wylde Goose.